Local variables are declared inside of a function or block of curly braces, such as within the main function or inside of another function. Global variables are declared outside of all functions. You tend to see them at the top of your program. There are some major differences between the two. Let's begin with local variables. Suppose I have some number, int my num equals 1. If I need to display my num, I can use standard output my num. And of course, this will display my num, which is 1. Now what if I have a function to display my num? Void print num. Let's move this line of code to our print num function. I'll need to add a function declaration to the top of my program. Then we will invoke this function, print num. Okay, this isn't gonna work, and here's why. My num was not declared in this scope. Functions can't see inside of other functions. My function print num has no idea what this my num variable is. My num is a local variable to the main function. That's why we pass arguments to functions. We'll make the function aware of this value, but you'll need a matching set of parameters. Int my num, then add that to the function declaration, int my num. And this would work. That displays the number 1. But let's get rid of these parameters. It is legal to reuse the same variable name, as long as it's within a different scope. Within the print num function, I'll also have a my num variable that has the same name, but I'll give this a different value. When printing my num, it prints 2. We have 2 versions of the same variable, and this is fine because they're within different scopes. Now, a global variable is declared outside of all functions. You see these at the top of your program. I will declare int my num equals 3. I'm going to delete these 2 local variables. If I was to invoke the print num function and print my num, well then, that number is 3. This global variable is also available within the main function, so I will print my num here as well within the main function. So we have 3 and 3. It's best to avoid global variables if you can, because it pollutes the global namespace. Also, variables declared within a function are much more secure, because like I said, functions can't see inside of other functions. If we had both local and global variables, my num within the main function will be 1. Within the print num function, it will be 2. If I was to display my num for both of these, I'm going to add a new line to each of these. New line, and new line. A function will use any local variables first, before resorting to any global variables. That's why our print num function prints 2, and the main function prints 1. If you'd rather use the global version, you can use the scope resolution operator. So precede your variable name with 2 colons. That is the scope resolution operator. I'll do that here as well. In place of using the local version of my num, we will use the global version. and we will print 3. We're using the global version of my num instead of the local version. So yeah, that's variable scope. Local variables are declared inside of a function, or anytime you see a set of curly braces. A variable declared inside a set of curly braces is hidden to the outside world. A global variable is declared outside of all functions and is accessible to all functions within the program. Like I said, you should try and avoid using global variables if you can, because it pollutes the global namespace, and these variables are less secure. So yeah, that's variable scope. Hey, if you're enjoying this series, let me know by smashing that like button, leave a random comment down below, and subscribe if you'd like to become a fellow bro. Hey guys, in this topic we're going to create a banking program for practice. We'll be able to deposit money, withdraw money, and show a balance. This is more or less just for practice. Let's begin by creating our functions. Void show balance. There will be one parameter, double balance. Whatever our bank account balance is, we'll show it. The return type is double. Deposit. No parameters. Double withdraw. And there will be one parameter, double balance. Let's fill in a few things within the main function. Double balance, and I will go ahead and set this to 0, as well as int choice. I will set that to 0 as well. We'll use a switch to determine if the user wants to show their balance, make a deposit, a withdrawal, or exit. Let's display some output, some prompts. Standard output, enter your choice. And I'm just going to add some text decorations because I think that'll be cool. Maybe a bunch of asterisks. And one more. Okay, we have option 1. 1, show balance. 2 will be deposit money. 3 is withdraw money. 4 will be exit. 'Then we'll accept some user input. Standard, input, choice. Now we're going to create a switch. We're examining the user's choice. Switch. We're examining our choice against many matching cases. We have case 1, case 2, 3, 4, then a default case. Okay, case 1. The user wants to show their balance. We'll invoke the show balance function, but we need to pass in our balance. Balance, and then we are going to break. Case 2, the user wants to deposit money. So we're going to take our balance equals balance plus our deposit function. So deposit will return a double right here. So we're going to add that to our balance once we verify it. Actually, we can shorten this to balance plus equals whatever value is returned with the deposit function. Then we are going to break. Case 3, withdraw money. Balance minus equals the withdraw function, pass in our balance. We're withdrawing money from our balance once we verify it. Then we're going to break. We'll exit with case 4. I'll display some output. Standard, output, thanks for visiting. Then I'm going to break. Okay, default case. Standard, output, invalid, choice. Okay, now we're going to place all of this code within a do-while loop. Do all of this while some condition is true. So let's take all of this code, cut it, put it within that do while loop. Let me just format this a little bit. The condition will be while choice does not equal 4. 4 is what we use to exit. We'll need to add some function definitions, but I'm going to fill these in later. We'll need to return something, so let's return 0 for the time being. For 2 of these functions at least. Return 0. Okay, let's run and compile this just to test our do while loop. Okay, enter your choice. 1, show balance. That doesn't show our balance yet, but it will. Deposit money, withdraw. Now we should be able to exit by pressing 4. Thanks for visiting. Okay. Turn 0. Okay, let's run and compile. This for 2 of these functions. return something. So we need to add some function definition. For two use will be just cut it, put it within that do while loop. Let me just format this a little bit. The condition will be while choice does not equal 4. 4 is what we use to exit. We'll need to add some function definitions. We'll need to for two of these just to test choice. One, show balance. That doesn't show our balance yet, but it will. money, withdraw. Now we should be able to exit by pressing 4. Thanks for visiting. Okay, so we know that the do while loop is working. Let's fill in our functions. Let's begin with show balance. Now with the show balance function, we're receiving our balance as an argument. So I'm going to display standard output your balance is $, or some other currency if you choose. I'll display our balance, then add a new line. So let's say we have $123 in our account. I'm going to show my balance. $123 even. But I would like to display cents. I'll need 2 decimal places after the decimal. I would like to display cents. I'll need 2 decimal places after the decimal. So there's one thing we can include. We'll include this header file. Include IO man IP. There's a function in here to set some precision for floating point numbers. I'm going to make this change after the $. Standard set precision pass in 2 for 2 decimal places. Then add standard fixed. This will display our balance up to 2 decimal places after the decimal point. So let's try that again. Okay, show balance, $123.00. If I were to change this to 123.0 and 0 cents after the decimal point. It's $123.00. If I were to change this to 123.01, we should display 2 decimal places. Oh, balance function, $123.01. Okay, that is the show balance function. Let's work on the deposit function. Okay, now we're within the deposit function. I'm going to create a local variable named amount, set this equal to 0. We'll ask the user how much they would like to deposit. Standard output, enter amount to be deposited. Standard input, our amount. So I'm going to set balance back to 0. Then let's test it. Show balance. 1, your balance is $0.00. I would like to make a deposit. $420.69. Okay, now I would like to show my balance after we make a deposit. So within case 2, after making a deposit, let's show our balance, pass in the balance variable. Let's let's do so after a withdrawal too. Okay, let's try that again. Show balance, $0, 0 cents, make a deposit, $420.69. Your balance is $0 and 0 cents. So what we're going to do is return our amount at the end of this function. Return amount. $420.69. All right, we have our balance. The user is able to enter in negative money. Enter amount to be deposited, negative 1,000. Your balance is now negative $1,000. We need to prevent somebody from making a negative deposit. So before we return our amount, let's use an if statement. If amount is greater than 0, then we will return the amount. Else, standard output, that's not a valid amount. then let's return 0. Okay, let's try that again. Deposit money, negative $1,000. That's not a valid amount. Your balance is $0. I'm just gonna add a new line, like right here. Then let's make a legitimate deposit. Deposit money. I will deposit $1,000.01. Your balance is $1,000.01. Okay, that is the deposit function. That is complete. Then we have the withdraw function. We'll create a local variable draw. We'll deposit some money first, then let's withdraw money. I will withdraw $100.01. My new balance is $900, but we can overdraw our account still, so I'm going to withdraw $1,000,000.01. Our balance should withdraw function. Let's add an if statement. If amount is greater than our balance, will display insufficient funds.
yeahh, isn't it? Yeah, even I didn't know you channel. Chinmay, please. I'm hearing that name for the first time. I don't know. Are you Chinmay from like my school? I don't know. Like, if you're from my school, how know about my YouTube channel? Fuck.
Then we will return 0. The user would like to deposit negative money. Is less than 0. Standard. Hey guys, in this topic we're going to create a banking program for practice. We'll be able to deposit money, withdraw money, and show a balance. This is more or less just for practice. Let's begin by creating our functions. Void show. output. That's not a valid amount. Now, else, we will return the amount to be withdrawn. Then within the else if statement, we'll need to return 0. There. Okay, let's withdraw money. Enter amount to be withdrawn, negative $1,000. That's not a valid amount. That's good. Let's withdraw again. I would like to withdraw $100. Insufficient funds, my balance is 0. Let's deposit some money. $99.99. Our balance is $99.99. Let's withdraw again. Let's try and withdraw $100. Nope, we can't. Let's withdraw again. $99.99. Your balance is 0. That's good. Then let's exit. Press 4 to exit. Thanks for visiting. Okay, so these functions are done. There's just one more thing we should add. If I type in some characters, like the word pizza, well, this will break our program. We'll want to clear the input buffer. So after our choice, let's add these two lines. Standard input dot clear function. So I haven't talked about this function. This function will reset any error flags when the standard input fails to interpret the input. Then follow this with flush. This is a function, pass in standard input. This will clear the input buffer. Need to flush that and get rid of it. That should prevent our program choice. Cool. Then I would like to exit. If you would like a copy of this code, I'll post this in the comment section down below.
Have you ever dreamed of becoming an in-demand full-stack engineer who can create stunning websites and impressive mobile apps? Well, you're just one step away from making that a reality. Hi there, and welcome to a new course where you'll build and deploy not one, not two, but 3 amazing applications. These projects will level up your skills and turn you into an expert in both web and mobile app development. And here's the cool part. The skills you pick up from the first 2 apps are super transferable to mobile development. Your app will use the same React hooks, components, and even Next.js file-based routing.
Picture this. You decide to go for the number 12 spot, making it the worst, best theme, we have Synthwave 84. This is a super fun theme, but not really great for programming with it. It has a really nice nostalgic aesthetic, which I love, and a super cool feature, neon text. Yes, this is real. The only bad thing about this is that it gets really laggy, plus your VS Code tells you it's broken. But if you can ignore that, this is a really cool theme. At the number 11 spot, we have Nord. Now, Nord is a really popular theme, not just in VS Code. They even have their own website. Though it admittedly looks really nice, I feel like the colors are a little bit too similar to each other. It all just looks the same to me. For Dark Horizon. This theme is just cool. If you want to show off how cool of a programmer you are to your friends, this is the theme for you. It will literally look use of bolded text, and it's perfect for coding at night. Though I feel like the pitch black background isn't ideal for coding during the daytime. At number 9, we have the High and Mighty Dracula theme. This theme is one of the most popular themes of all time. I mean, this is all the places it's available in. I put it on number 9 for 2 reasons. 1, even though the colors are legible, I'm not a huge fan of the color scheme. 2, since this theme is literally everywhere, I would get tired of it very quickly. But yeah, it's still a really good theme. At the number 8 spot, we have Night Owl. This is a super dark friendly theme, which I really like. It is amazing for coding at night. The color palette has decent colors, though I do wish it had a little more contrast to it. But I really fell in love with italics thanks to this theme, which has them on by default, though there is an option to disable them if you wanted. Also, the name's just cool. At number 7, we have Palanite, or at least I think that's how it's pronounced. This is a very popular theme in the VS Code marketplace, and for very good reasons. It is very colorful, so it has the aesthetics portion down. So if you're into that, this theme's for you. I personally can't really stand the bright in-your-face colors, but I still really like this theme. One problem I do have with this theme is that the text in the sidebar, so where your files and folders are, is really opaque. I have to squint really hard to read my files. So at the end of the day, this theme is more eye candy than practical, but it's still really good. At the number 6 spot, we have GitHub's we have GitHub's official theme. I really don't have much to say about this one. It's colorful, so it has the aesthetics portion down. So if you're into that, this theme's for you. GitHub's we have GitHub's official theme. I really don't have much to say about this one. It's a really good theme. It's really cool having the iconic GitHub theme in VS Code. I think it looks amazing, to be honest. And if you use GitHub a lot, I highly recommend it. But just like Dracula, I see how you could get tired of this one pretty quickly. We are now entering the top 5, and at the number 5 spot, we have Tokyo Night. This theme is really nice. Just like Night Owl, it's amazing for coding at night. The colors are super pretty, and it's pretty legible too, though I do wish it had slightly more contrast to it. It kind of gives off a cyberpunk vibe to me for some reason, so if you want to look like you're hacking NASA, use this theme. Cyberpunk vibe to me for some reason. I do wish coding at night. This theme is
And well, yeah, that's a banking practice program in C++. All right, everybody. In this video, we're going to create a game of
really nice. Just like use this theme. At number 4, we have Monkai Pro. This theme is awesome. It has outstanding legibility, and the different filters make it so that it's almost impossible to get tired of it. Plus, it's also super pretty. The only bad part about this theme is that you have to pay for it, unless you're okay with random pop-ups showing up. The theme, amazing. The random pop-ups that show up when you code, not so much.
And now for the podium.
The third best VS Code theme, in my opinion, is Field Lights. This is a theme that really took me by surprise. Amazing. Vibrancy. Now, we have... Does this theme even count? We have Vibrancy. Now, this is not your typical theme. Vibrancy transforms your VS Code from this to this. This theme honestly makes your VS Code look so good. If you're one for aesthetics and have an extremely fast PC, I highly recommend this theme. Plus, it works with other themes too, so you can pair your favorite theme on top of this one. So yeah, finally, the number 1 best VS Code theme is OneDark Pro. This theme is so good. Vibrancy. Now, this is Field Lights. This is that it's almost impossible to have Monkai Pro. This theme is awesome. Filters make it so that it's almost impossible good. Plus, it does best in a theme even count? We have Vibrancy. Now, this is not your typical theme. Vibrancy transforms your VS Code from this to this. This theme honestly makes your VS Code look so good. If you're one for aesthetics and have an extremely fast PC, I highly recommend this theme. Plus, it works with other themes too, so you can pair your
rock, paper, scissors. Let's create our function declarations first. Char get user choice. Char in this case would be the return type. We'll be returning a character.